Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
The National Tribal and Indigenous Climate Conference welcomes all who are interested in participating or attending, whether in person or online, from September 9th to September 11th, 2024. This event will convene knowledge holders on climate change and resilience efforts with an emphasis on the intersection, inclusion, and honoring of traditional and indigenous knowledges. Cultural survival Zavishnim Khoi attended the conference and interviewed some of the delegates who were there.
Sida Udishya Kostan, Atna Kostan. I'm from the people of Copper River. I come from the Caribou tribe. My name is, English name is Faye Ewan, and my indigenous name is Stucco Bay, which means a little bird that sits on the tree when you shoot moose or caribou or something, and they sit there and they tell their family, da 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 da. That's what they name me after. Well, I come from the main hub of Alaska and the main highway system, and we're being affected by the impact of population that came to Alaska. They killed off our caribou, they killed our salmon off, and the federal and the state government has not upheld our fiduciary trust responsibility to our people, to the indigenous people, to uphold the rights of the Constitution of Alaska, Section 12, Article 12, so the natives will have the right to hunt and fish. And when the time of shortage, well, there's time of shortage now, and all the trawlers and all the big fishermen, commercial fishermen, are wiping out our land, raping our land for the greenback dollar, which is what the government, the federal government okays, and the Department of Commerce and the United States government does not back us up. They rather see us starve and struggle, and they want to mine our land without consultation. And they want to take all our minerals out and at the same time cut off our hunting, fishing rights for us indigenous people of Alaska. And that is, we don't have water rights, and the state of Alaska has been very against our sovereignty, trying to undermine our sovereignty to our government and to our people by passing all these policies and laws that really affects us, and at the same time their people is not even obeying that law and still breaking the law, and we're paying for that. Us indigenous people are 1% holders of all the hunting, fishing here in Alaska, and the 99% is all the people that come up here to hunt for trophies, the fishermen that go sports fishing, and they're wiping out our land. Our indigenous people, our kids will never be able to hunt and see a caribou. It'll take 100 years for it to recover, and the salmon will not come back, because once they know they're disrespected. The animals are humans here in Alaska and also around the world. All indigenous people have a history, oral history of animals that tell us what's going on. When they do that, when the non-native people disrespect our land, that's what's going to happen, and it's happening today. And you know what really makes me feel bad is the government and the federal government are not doing anything to uphold their responsibility to the tribes. And now they say they're doing this and that, but you know, in reality, back home, we're still facing the same disaster. No caribou where I come from, my number one staplement. Just think of you guys how the buffaloes were in the lower 48, how they suffered. We're suffering today because we have to get caribou from way up north, and that is not the same way it tastes where I come from. And the salmon come back, a lot of Atlantic salmon, and it's been disrupted. The system has been disrupted, the ocean been disrupted, the land been abused. And you know, as a land steward, I did the tribal land stewardship for my country, and where I come from, the Atna region, we're impacted by the population. The state of Alaska has no respect for our people. They will take everything they can, and they will run with it, just like they did to the buffaloes. They'll wipe it out, and they don't care where they go and where they come from. And that's what we're facing in our region. And another thing we're region is that we never seen so much drugs and alcohol, drug problem in our region. And we never seen so much stuff that's going on like that, disasters to our people. And the federal government only arrests the native people. for drugs with a little piddly crime, and they do 5 to 20 years, and when the big time cartels, they don't even get arrested or nothing. So the cartels own the Alaska state government. I can see it. Why are we paying in the prisons 2,700 Native people out of 5,000 population? What does that tell you? And what does it tell you when we go hunting and when we get cited for doing illegal stuff? They make the law where like a 50 inch, you know, when you're 300 yards away from when moose, you're not going to tell if it's 50 inch rack. You know, all the policies and laws that the state and federal government ever made on us, it has never worked. And everything we've been telling them, we've been advocating, voicing to North Pacific Fishery Management Council, NOAA, and Department of Commerce, the United States government. We've been talking to this wall, and the wall can talk back. You can hear the sound, but you can't hear a word from them. We'll call you back. We'll get back. Yeah. And you know what they did too? They took all our children and our people for the last 100 years. They put them in boarding homes. They take all our children. We got 3,500 children in OCS, is called Children's Services for the state of Alaska. And that's so sad. And there's 229 tribes, and there's 3,500 kids in the system. We're supposed to live a peaceful lifestyle, what we were born and raised, our sovereignty. Our kids are not even learning about what their land is like because they're all stuck in a city, because they're in a system. They were put in jail at 13 years of age. A lot of these kids are coming out of the home care that they were supposed to be adopted into. A lot of those people, they paid their home with their dividends, with those Native tribes' money that they got from their family for dividends, corporation money. They built their house and they got a home, and those kids are homeless and they're walking around on 4th Avenue and all over Anchorage now. And that is what you call genocide on Indigenous people, and that is what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ketapa.
For more on the rights of Indigenous peoples, visit cs.org and follow Cultural Survival on Facebook and X.